Hey, it's Rebecca with Rain Nail Studio, and today I'm just sharing with you all the way that I prep and apply my gel extensions. This process helps me get a 3 to 4 week retention on every set of gel extensions. I do not recommend leaving your gel extensions on for more than 3 weeks just because it is a very durable enhancement and can cause injury if you hit it on something or have some type of nail break. So at 3 weeks, I highly recommend removing your set. If you don't know what retention is, it's pretty much just how long your nails can last. I do get minimal lifting with this process, so we're just going to get right into it. The first step was to take a sanding band on a very low speed with your e-file just to remove the oils from your nail plate. And this next step, I am using a carbide cuticle bit. This bit helps remove excess dry cuticle or dry skin, and it helps me get rid of hangnails without having to, pull and manipulate my natural nail. I do not recommend using this particular bit on all skin types. It's just for more thick and dry skin. So be very mindful of the items that you're using on your clients if you do have clients. This next step, pretty self-explanatory. I'm just trimming my cuticles and getting rid of any excess dead skin. So here's one tip with gel extensions, something that I've observed over the last couple of years while offering this service is that the more frequent a client comes, the more consistent they are with their appointments, their nails start to grow differently. So I size every single time just to make sure that I'm using the correct size and I'm getting the correct coverage for a long lasting set. When you're sizing for your gel extensions, you want to make sure that the full cover tip is covering the full surface of your natural nail. So if you're prone to hangnails, that just means that your nail is growing in that area. Okay, so you need to make sure that it's covered just to avoid any tears. Me personally, if I don't have anything on my nail will tear on the side where my cuticle is. I don't know what that means. I don't know how to explain it. I haven't done any research on that, but I know that that is a common thing to get a small tear in the side of your nail. So you want to make sure that your gel extension is covering everything completely. Next step is to etch the inside of the full cover tip. So I did purchase the Opre Prep, which was supposed to help etching the inside of the nail tip, but I just did not feel like that was helping me with retention at all. So I just went back to doing this. And when you do this step, you really want to make sure that you do get rid of the dust inside of every single tip to avoid any type of interruption between your primer and your full cover tip. I'm going to go in with my Young Nails Protein Bond. I do 2 layers of this, and my pro tip is to avoid flooding your cuticle area. This goes for primer, dehydrator, acrylic, gel, any type of application. You need to avoid flooding your cuticle area. All right, let's get to this gel application. So this first part, I am going to apply a very thin layer of the Extend Gel. I recommend applying a very thin layer because we have already sized our tips. So if you apply too much gel, it will manipulate the shape and thickness of your natural nail, which can alter the fit from the full cover tip that you chose. So just make sure that you're using very thin layers. Once I apply this first layer, I go ahead and put it in my LED lamp for 60 seconds, and then I get on to applying the tips. So here I just coat the inside of the full cover tip just to cover my full natural nail, and then I slide some excess gel on the very tip. That way I can push it up from the cuticle to my free edge, and then I'm using my Gelish Touch LED lamp just to flash cure the tips in place before placing my hand into my LED gel lamp. When applying your full cover tip, you want to make sure that you're not applying too much pressure just to avoid lifting. So once you place it on the cuticle, you want to move the gel up just enough to get to your free edge. If you apply too much pressure, it will cause the cuticle area to lift. So just apply it gently, but make sure that your gel is moving forward. On this last tip, I did size this one a bit too small, and it did kind of feel very snug when I was fitting myself for the full cover tip, but I was like, oh, it'll be fine. No, as soon as it started curing, I could really feel how tight it was getting, and I'll show you in this next clip that this one does have lifting. So when you have lifting, one indication is going to be the crystallization look of gel underneath your full cover tip. Right here, it looks a little bit crystallized. That just means that it's not completely adhered and cured to my nail plate. Here again, I have a little bit of crystallization as well. You want to make sure that you have a smooth, consistent, clean gel application. One really big tip is blending in the cuticle area. I do use a ceramic cuticle bit just to avoid any heat or any discomfort. These ceramic bits are really good for if you're just doing your nails at home. But this will also help with any lifting I have from application. It'll help get rid of that and give you a nice smooth blend. Once everything is shaped, filed, and blended, I go in with my sanding band just to etch the full surface of the nail tip. That way my gel polish will adhere. After this step, I do buff the edges because if you can't tell, the nails are a bit sharper. I did go ahead and reshape them just to give them a more sharp look. And sometimes you will have a bit of fraying on the nail tip, so I do go in with a buffer to smooth all of that out. And then of course I wipe my nails off and go in with my gel polish application. That is it for this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. What you want to achieve is a natural look, and that is exactly what we have here. Again, my name is Rebecca, and I hope to see you soon.